In which city were the 1936 Olympic Games held? A. London, 29, B. Berlin, C. New York, D. Paris. Answer B. 3. What was Jesse Owens' greatest Olympic prize? A. The gold medal. B. The world record. C. His friendship with Luz Long. D. The applause of the crowd. Answer C. 4. According to the poet in Daffodils, where were the flowers dancing? A. In the sky. B. Beside the lake, beneath the trees. C. In a flower pot. D. On the mountains. Answer B. 5. What does the poet compare the daffodils to in the poem? A. Twinkling stars in the Milky Way. B. White clouds. C. Ocean waves. D. Raindrops. Answer A. 6. In the portrait of a lady, what did the grandmother carry for the village dogs? A. Meat. B. Stale chapatis. C. Fresh bread. D. Milk. Answer B. 7. How did the grandmother spend her time in the city house? A. Watching TV. B. Talking to neighbors. C. Spinning the wheel and reciting prayers. D. Sleeping. Answer C. 8. In a psalm of life, what does the poet say about our hearts? A. They are made of gold. B. They are like muffled drums beating funeral marches. C. They are immortal. D. They are full of sorrow. Answer B. 9. What is the main message of a psalm of life? A. Life is a dream. B. Life is real and earnest. C. Death is the end of everything. D. We should not work hard. Answer B. 10. Why was Father Gilligan weary and tired? A. He was old. B. He was traveling a lot. C. His parishioners were dying in large numbers. D. He had no food. Answer C. 11. Who came to perform the priestly duty while Father Gilligan was asleep? A. A neighbor. B. An angel sent by God. C. The man's wife. D. Another priest. Answer B. 12. In television, what happens to a child's imagination? A. It becomes very sharp. B. It dies and freezes. C. It grows bigger. D. It becomes colorful. Answer B. 13. What does Roald Dahl suggest installing on the wall instead of a TV? A. A painting. B. A mirror. C. Bookshelves. D. A clock. Answer C. 14. In the doctor's word, who was the patient Dr. Raman went to see? A. His son. B. His best friend Gopal. C. A rich businessman. D. A stranger. Answer B. 15. Why was Dr. Raman's opinion feared? A. He was a rude doctor. B. He charged a lot of money. C. People believed his word was final, life or death. D. He never spoke the truth. Answer C. 16. What was the first story in Steve Jobs' Stanford speech? A. About his marriage. B. About connecting the dots. C. About Apple's success. D. About his illness. Answer B. 17. Why did Steve Jobs drop out of Reed College? A. He failed his exams. B. He wanted to start a business. C. He didn't want to waste his parents' life savings. D. He hated the teachers. Answer C. 18. According to Sam Pitroda, what is the biggest problem in Indian teamwork? A. Lack of money. B. Lack of education. C. The crab mentality, pulling others down. D. Lack of technology. Answer C. 19. In the magic of teamwork, what does hierarchy kill? A. The company. B. Team spirit and innovation. C. The boss. D. The salary. Answer B. 20. What did the B. 20. What did the sparrows do when the grandmother died? A. They chirped loudly. B. They ate all the bread crumbs. C. They sat silently and flew away without eating. D. They didn't come at all. Answer C. Qualified for the finals in his first attempt. This seemed to prove Hitler's theory that Germans were superior. 2. How did the grandmother look according to the author? Ans. She was very old, short, fat, and slightly bent. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles, and her hair was silver white. 3. What is the bliss of solitude for the poet in Daffodils? Ans. It means the joy of being alone. When the poet is alone, he remembers the dancing daffodils, and that memory makes him happy. 4. Why did Father Gilligan complain at the beginning of the poem? Ans. He complained because he was exhausted. His parishioners, people, were dying fast, and he had to work day and night to perform their last rites. 5. What does art is long and time is fleeting mean? Hence, it means that learning or achieving something great takes a lot of time, but our human life is very short and runs out quickly. 6. Why does Roald Dahl suggest replacing TV with books? Hence, because TV kills a child's imagination and power to think, whereas books make the mind sharp and creative. 7. Why was Dr. Raman's visit feared by patients? Hence, because he was very honest. If he came, it meant the patient's condition was very serious, and his words were taken as a final truth about life or death. 8. What does Steve Jobs mean by stay foolish? Hence, he means we should always be willing to try new things and take risks, even if others think it is a foolish idea. 9. What is the crab mentality in teamwork? Hence, it is the habit of pulling down someone who is trying to succeed, just like crabs pull down any crab that tries to climb out of a bucket. 10. What was the greatest Olympic prize for Jesse Owens? Hence, it was the 24-carat friendship he formed with Luz Long, which was more valuable to him than any gold medal. Section 210, Selective 3-mark questions and answers. 1. Describe the friendship between Jesse Owens and Luz Long. Hence, though they were rivals, Luz Long helped Jesse qualify when he was failing. Their friendship was pure and based on sportsmanship, not on race or politics. 2. How did the grandmother spend her days in the city? Hence, she spent her time spinning the wheel, reciting prayers and feeding hundreds of sparrows in the afternoon. She was lonely but never complained. 3. What wealth did the flowers bring to the poet? Hence, the wealth is the priceless treasure of happy memories. Whenever the poet is sad, the memory of the daffodils fills his heart with pleasure. 4. Explain the miracle in the Ballad of Father Gilligan. Hence, the miracle was that God sent an angel in the form of the priest to help the dying man while the real Father Gilligan was asleep. 5. Why is the death topic important in Steve Jobs' speech? Hence, Jobs says that knowing we will die soon is the best tool to make big choices. It removes the fear of failure and reminds us to follow our hearts. 6. How does television affect a child's mind according to Dahl? Hence, it rots the senses, clogs the mind, and makes the child incapable of understanding fantasy or imagination. It makes the brain soft like cheese. 7. Why did Dr. Raman lie to Gopal about his health? Hence, he knew Gopal's heart was very weak. If he told the truth that Gopal might die, the shock would kill him instantly. He lied to give him hope. 8. What are the main causes of the failure of teamwork in India? Hence, lack of trust, the I mentality, individual ego, and a hierarchy-based system where people don't share ideas freely. 9. How did the sparrows mourn the grandmother's death? Hence, thousands of sparrows sat silently around her body. They did not chirp and refused to eat the breadcrumbs. They flew away quietly when she was taken away. 10. What does the poet mean by be a hero in the strife? Hence, he tells us not to be like dumb, driven cattle who follow others. We should face life's struggles with courage and lead others. Section 3 is to 8. Mark selective long questions, important themes. 1. Character sketch of the grandmother, the portrait of a lady. Appearance, old, wrinkled, silver-haired, always in white. Nature, deeply religious, kind to animals, dogs and sparrows, and very strong-willed. Relationship, Very close to the grandson in the village, but grew apart in the city due to modern education. End. Died with a prayer on her lips, showing her spiritual strength. 2. Theme of friendship in My Greatest Olympic Prize. Discuss how Luz Long helped his rival Jesse Owens. Explain why true sportsmanship is more important than winning medals. Quote, Pierre de Coubertin, the important thing is not winning but taking part.